Hey everyone, Lance Hefner here with Roofing Done Right. One of the things that I've come across a lot, even over this past year, is homeowners that have roofs that are pretty old. They've got quite a bit of damage to them, but at the end of the day, they feel that their house, or their roof is too old to justify a claim just because it's old.
Mm-hmm.
Rob, can you kind of touch a little bit on how untrue that is in terms of, can it be covered when it's old? Because, I mean, that seems to be a general concern for people who don't ultimately want to take advantage of the insurance company.
Okay, sure. So real easy. So the insurance company does have the right to audit your property anytime they want. So they can come out there, and if your roof is in poor condition, they have the right to put you on notice that says if you don't put a new roof on in X amount of time, you will lose coverage. If they haven't done that, you're insured, period. Okay? The bottom line, the insurance company, if they're collecting premiums every month to insure your house, unless they put an exclusion somewhere that says your roof is no longer insured, which, by the way, you would have got a letter specifically addressing that, it's insured, bottom line. So I think what I tell, that's a question. It's kind of a standard question. That'll definitely come up. And you got to kind of put that situation into perspective as well, I feel. So a funny question that I ask is, what happens if your house gets hit by a tornado? You just say, don't worry about the roof. I want the money for the rest of the house. Yeah. But the roof was old. Just don't worry about it.
Of course not.
Like, it's totally ridiculous, right? Yeah. So, yes, the age of the roof, unless you've been put on notice by the insurance company, you've received a letter that says you have X amount of time to replace the roof or you lose coverage, is covered, period.
I'm really glad that you kind of touched on that because we've actually had several deals this past year. One, the roof was 55 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was it asphalt?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a shingle roof.
That needs to go on like the History Channel.
It was
right
Ohio's. It was located in Ohio's version of Tornado Alley, where they get extreme wind damage all the time, wind weather all the time.
Interesting.
And the guy said, well, the roof's old. I don't think it would justify it. At the end of the day, it got bought. And then I've got several other clients where they were just very hesitant on moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the same reason. They're like, well, the roof's old, so I don't want to take advantage, or I don't want to be committing insurance fraud. That's another one that I've heard a lot of. I don't want to be committing insurance fraud. Can you kind of dabble just briefly on what is insurance fraud and what are you entitled to within the rights of your policy?
What is insurance fraud? Okay, so I like to tell stories. We had a hailstorm that went through Monroe, Michigan. It was probably 3 or 4 years ago now. Mm-hmm. Fraud damage 101, no kidding. This roofer had roofing boots that he actually adhered marbles to the bottom of these boots. I'm not joking. And he walked all over this roof.
Oh my God.
And that is fraudulent hail damage 101. That stuff happens, I'm telling you, because I got hired as a HAG certified inspector to inspect this roof. And Mother Nature, as we know, doesn't leave patterns. This was like a perfect triangle stomp of indents all over the place. And I'm like, I don't really know what it is, but it looks man-made to me. It doesn't look natural. If you're going up on your roof, had this happen too. If you're going up, because let's face it, in this business there is a lot of fraudulent things. I've seen people with my own eyes rip shingles off their roof.
Are you serious?
That's fraud, man. Yeah.
Like going up there, picking up the shingle, just ripping it right off and throwing it on the ground.
You better believe it. So if you didn't do that, as long as you didn't do any of those things, it was a windy day, and shingles came off your roof, it's legitimate. There's no fraud about it. That's exactly what your insurance is meant to do, 100%.
Okay. Well, cool. So to file a claim on that then, mm-hmm. or to file a claim on your roof, okay, clearly I have no buying power. I can't tell the homeowner, yep, your roof's approved, and you cannot. So all I can pretty much do is inspect it, mm-hmm. and then we call in the claim. Mm-hmm. So can you explain to people just real quick what exactly has to go down from that point on in order for a job to even get purchased, like for a roof to get purchased? Like, I can't tell the insurance company, yet you have to purchase this roof because I found damage.
Correct.
So explain that process a little bit.
Well, I think one of the biggest things, one of the biggest perks of hiring somebody like Lance here is that, let's say for example, a windstorm comes through and it removes 8 shingles from your roof. And let's say you file a claim on your own as an individual and the adjuster comes out there and says, we're going to write you up for 8 repairs, and that repair doesn't surpass your deductible, so your payout's nothing.
Okay.
Happens all the time.
We've seen that quite a few times.
Happens all the time. But the thing that you gotta pound into people's heads because they just don't know is quantity has nothing to do with it.
Okay.
It's color and condition, and then also having some type of an advocate that can explain the process on your behalf. So if the adjuster comes out and meets with you, and let's say for example you get that exact scenario. So Lance, we're going to give you 8 shingles. Well, so it's the job of the advocate to explain to that adjuster why that's not feasible. Maybe the roof is in poor condition, and by installing new shingles, you're damaging the next shingle, and the next shingle, and the next shingle. Again, you got to understand, many adjusters aren't contractors. They don't know that. Maybe in their thought process, that is the correct move to do that repair. It's up to the advocate to explain to them why that's not possible. And that's really where the value is in hiring a good contractor to represent you.
Awesome. All right, cool. Well, I hope that gave you a lot of really, really good information. This is Rob with RKC. My name is Lance Haffner with Roofing Done Right. Both of our information will be in the description below, phone number and email address, as well as a link to our website. Please like and share this video, as I'm sure that there's a lot of people out here who are experiencing this exact same concern for themselves. So, you know, it's a great day out here. We're out here to serve people, and hope you guys have a great day.